when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity.
Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to another exciting edition of the Sports Report Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Mr. William D. Morgan, and I have a cast of thousands with me tonight. First, let me go ahead and bring in the man who has forgotten more baseball than I will ever know. The real man, 7-7. What's going on? How you doing, brother? You doing all right tonight?
What's happening?
What's happening?
What's happening?
It's a good sports weekend. Good sports week. And next up, let me bring the man who is the CEO, owner, Walmart and Trailer Parks. You get all the best deals. Let me bring my man Dan in. Dan, what's up?
Is my video working? It is. Look at that.
You good, man?
They put you in like a. What's up, man? They put you in like a Seinfeld type like freeze there in the corner. It's like dun, 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 and you're like you freeze your face. So I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be live or not, but
oh yeah, we got you. And
cool, man.
And this next host says he's better than LeBron. I'm trying to figure out what, but it's all good. Let me bring my man. Ambrose in. Ambrose, what's up?
General decision making. I wouldn't have done Space Jam 2.
Damn.
You're white, so nobody believes you would know anything about basketball anyway. So
Yeah. Well,
Plus, you look like you were a terrible athlete.
you
Absolutely
work at
terrible
Sonic.
athlete.
Literally, look at your hat.
I know. It's Sonic. It's Sonic the Hedgehog, John.
It's all right. It's all right. Just get me my corn dog when I asked for it.
At least I'm a manager, bro.
That's your achievement. You made it.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Oh man! All right.
I gotta give this for being loyalty customer of the month.
All right, you guys, we got a lot to go over on this edition of the pod. But first, I'm gonna go ahead and let Seven go ahead and dive into the world of MLB. Here we go with the seventh inning stretch.
The best in the game, invest in my name. Check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change. Possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money.
Oh, real quick before you get going, Seven, let me do this. There you go. Had to change it to red just for you.
That's the wolf pack. The wolf pack parental advisory.
John, Ambrose, if you sit a little bit higher, we don't have to look at your face. I think that would be.
Yep.
Oh, is that why you're growing your beard?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Looking like
It was a one-man wolf pack, and now it's a four-man wolf pack because there's three more members of the wolf pack.
Yes.
All right.
All right. So today, the Rookie of the Year was announced for both the American League and the National League. The American League winner for Rookie of the Year, Baltimore Orioles shortstop Gunnar Henderson. I don't think this was a surprise.
No, not at all. Well deserved.
Volpe should have won. Volpe should have won. I'm just kidding.
He was. I don't think he was even the best rookie on the Yankees. Wait, no, he was the only rookie, wasn't he? So he kind of won.
No, they played a ton of them. I mean, Jason Dominguez should have won it over Anthony Volpe, and he played like 8 games.
Yeah. Yeah, and he threw a perfect game, drunk.
No, that's Domingo Armand.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, mix them up. It's fine.
And then on the National League side, again, no surprise, a unanimous Rookie of the Year, Arizona Diamondbacks, Corbin Carroll.
White trash ninja.
White trash.
Damn.
Again,
so disrespectful for you to say something like that.
It's actually a compliment, Will.
oh no, I forgot to turn my.
Coming from the original White Trash Ninja.
Not that one. I want that one. There we go. Wait, there. I forgot to unmute the channel. Still getting used to this fancy soundboard that I was so amazingly blessed with my supporters.
Tony, is that actually your balcony behind you?
100%.
It is?
Oh,
Okay,
hell
that's what I
yeah,
thought.
it is. Hell yeah, it is.
I mean, it's so luxurious.
Not one of the backgrounds that was provided by Restream. That is
Shout out to Restream.io for having us. We do appreciate y'all.
yes, definitely.
John looks like he should have family money, and Tony actually has family money. That's how it's going there.
Joke's on you. Haven't talked to my family in 7 years.
Jokes, exactly. That's why I said looks like. And knock, knock, John. Knock, knock.
Throughout this week, we will see the rest of the major awards for MLB announced, including, I believe, Thursday night will be MVP for both the American League and National League.
Okay, you gotta let us know, Seven. Who's your favorites?
Cy Young as well.
Cy Young will be announced this week. I think that's Wednesday. I think comeback player of the year for each league is tomorrow. Wednesday is Cy Young, and Thursday is MVP.
Now,
Okay,
I got to
so
ask a question. 7. I'm a baseball purist, but with them melding the leagues together and no discernible difference, do we really need National and American League differences, or can we just pick one MVP?
I here's the thing. And that's a legitimately good question. Personally, the way that I look at this with the awards is I don't have a problem with the other awards like Cy Young, Comeback Player of the Year, and Rookie of the Year doing one from each league. No problem with that. MVP should be who was the most impactful player in baseball this year across both leagues.
Because at this point, up until, what was it, 95? Yeah, they were two separate financial leagues, separate presidents. Commissioner was the go-between.
Right.
But they merged them. So why do we need awards for both leagues?
Bonuses.
Yeah.
That's all. It's bonuses. Because each of the players that are winning these league awards, each of the players that are winning the Silver Slugger and the Gold Glove and the Platinum Glove, which was horrible. We'll talk about that in a minute. Those awards, I get it, but in the same regard for MVP, it should just be one. I don't see a reason.
And like if I became commissioner today, I would appoint an American League president, a National League president, and say, no, it's not centralized anymore. But that's not the way it is.
But
I don't.
Why though? You don't have. If you look at the NFL, you don't have an AFC president and an NFC president. It's Roger Goodell and whoever is in charge.
Because it worked perfectly up until 1994, and then it stopped. And now baseball sucks.
Baseball doesn't suck. The fans suck. And I'm just going to say it like that.
I agree with that.
Baseball.
No, I mean, I agree with that too. But the thing is they just don't. Baseball works differently than the other sports. It always has. It always will be. And
it doesn't have to. I know I know that's a shocking idea for a lot of the quote unquote purists, but the entire reason that baseball has not progressed as far as it should have in the last 20 years, even like that,
You're cutting out on me, man. I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
Where's that coming? The entire reason that baseball has not grown is because of the Baseball Writers of America.
Oh, well, no, I could give you a million reasons why baseball hasn't grown. One is the core owners.
But
The owners fucked everything.
right,
The
but
owners fucked everything sideways to Sunday.
the
I agree
owners
with that too.
absolutely have. But the difference is, and here's why I put this on the writers, because in the NFL there is far more accountability from the media to, as far as what's going on in the league and the behavior of the owners than we get. And the same thing exists in basketball. There is far more accountability from the media covering football and basketball and hockey than there is from the writers for baseball. And it's because the owners gave the writers power, too much power. And as a result, you have nutsacks like John Heyman that is basically that is baseball's version of Booger fucking McFarland.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Hold on. He's still around?
Yes, him and Bob Nightingale are fucking
I know those names.
Yeah, him and Bob Nightingale are fucking baseball like like it's Robert Kraft with his massage therapists. But the problem is that when you have this, I guess we'll call it coalition between the top end of baseball media, because it's not all of baseball media, it's just the top end, the Baseball Writers Association.
Yeah.
And the owners,
I will agree with you. Just to pause you at one point, I will agree with you that the BWWA has way too much authority over what goes on with baseball. That is a fact.
I don't understand what the Writers Association. Here's the thing that bugs me. These are older guys. There's no one young who is into the game who can actually make a right decision of who gets in and who doesn't. You have all these old guys in the Writers Association who are stuck in baseball's old ways. And it's like, you need to change that at some point to make things right. And I just don't see that coming.
Well, that has been baseball's problem from the get-go. And I mean, a lot of it has to do with the 60s, 70s, and 80s. And these owners are from earlier parts of the century where, certain people of certain colors were not accepted on their team. So they didn't want to print them on their ticket stubs and they didn't want to put them on their programs. So what happened was Old Timers Day came along and you had Babe Ruth and Joe DiMaggio on your ticket stubs instead of, Lou Whitaker.
Right.
Or anybody else.
Yeah.
And it really is. I hate to say it, but the sport is deep rooted in racism. And
I agree with that to a certain degree.
And I'm not saying it like, oh, it killed the sport, but that killed a lot of the media because they saw TV as a fad.
I'll agree with that to a certain degree. Because there's not a lot of us incentivized to play it.
Here's the thing that I'm going to say, and I think that and Will, Dan, you guys have heard me say this multiple fucking times. The biggest problem in baseball, aside from the Baseball Writers Association as a whole, is that there is such a divide. A sharp divide between the players and the owners in the relationship that they have. You do not see this much conflict in any other professional sport. And that conflict, because any purist, above average fan, casual fan, Stevie Wonder can fucking see the divide between players and owners in Major League Baseball.
And I have to agree because that's been a constant thing. And it comes down to the commissioner.
Mm-hmm. And Robert Manfred.
Baseball's commissioners have always been older. They've always been slower to grasp newer things. They didn't accept TV. The NFL made a genius move when they made Pete Rozelle commissioner, because Pete Rozelle looked at everything and he was like, TV is the future. And we need to revolve the stadiums. They'll make you money, but we need to revolve every club, and we need to revise everything, and we need to focus on TV because that's where we're going to make money. And baseball saw TV as a fad.
Yep.
And they saw TV as something that'll pass by. The radio will always be there. We'll always have our radio. We'll always have our radio announcers. And they thought TV was going to be another like a CB radio. Like 1 out of every 10 households will have a TV, and they'll be able to watch the baseball game. And that obviously isn't the case. And they've been behind the curve ever since, because the NFL made a conscious decision to hire a young guy to run the league and push the league forward, and baseball hired older people to run the league and keep the league where it is.
One of the better moves that baseball has made in recent history is the deal that they have with T-Mobile that gives all T-Mobile customers MLB TV.
Yes, I know.
That's how I get it every year, because ain't no way in hell I'm paying $300 a year to watch that much baseball.
Hell no.
I love baseball, but I'm not paying $300 a year for that. I'm not paying $300 a year for fucking NFL Sunday Ticket. None of that shit.
Ain't none of us got Dan's money. We ain't got Dan's money.
No, Dan's a Sonic manager.
I forget about some of my TV subscriptions.
But
forget about a lot of them.
The league is not, and you're right, the league is not making any kind of a conscious choice to move into or try to move ahead of the way things are going. The NFL is innovating. Are people frustrated that you have to have 4 different streaming services to watch all of the games? The fans are frustrated, but the NFL doesn't give a fuck because they're getting money.
Fuck that. I just watch the highlights on YouTube at this point.
I mean,
hey guys.
The one thing that surprised me about the NFL was that it took this long to get NFL Sunday Ticket onto a platform that everybody could access. Because
it was DirecTV for a while, right?
It was, DirecTV had an
because DirecTV came out with the idea.
And right, and I understand that, but now if the NFL was really smart, Sunday Ticket would be like NBA League Pass or MLB TV, and they could with any TV provider. But MLB TV not only is ahead of that, but they did push into the mobile market, and this deal with T-Mobile has helped them make things more, bring things more into the future with a lot of MLB content. But with the league, until you make some smarter choices as far as your relationship with your players and centralize a few other things like the other leagues have, that Major League Baseball is not going to get taken as seriously by the casual sports fan as you get from hockey, basketball, or the NFL.
Right.
It's just not going to happen.
I don't know about hockey.
No, honestly,
in America.
Because of the fact that hockey is so much of a contact sport and there's so much more energy in hockey than Major League Baseball, if hockey makes the right choices and gets as forward thinking as the NBA does, there is a chance in the next 30 years that hockey overtakes baseball
Once Gary Bettman dies and they put a young guy that knows what he's doing in that position, hockey can reach new heights.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you can say the same thing about MLB.
Well, but that's the thing. It's more likely to happen with hockey, and I'll tell you why. First of all, hockey is full contact like the NFL. And the second is the hockey is actually doing the mic'd up stuff when it comes to athletes far better than the NFL, Major League Baseball, or the NBA.
This is true.
And that is content gold, because you can take those. There are so many more mic'd up moments and trash talking and the fights that you can use as monetized content that teams can be raking in if they use appropriately. Because just like, there are so many people that are skeptical about TV and and MLB drag their feet on TV, that next medium is social media and social content creation via YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat, all of those other fucking things.
But what also has helped hockey is the internet, because it's a fun sport. I played hockey, great sport, love it. But the problem hockey had up until now was that it was selective.
Were you a goalie, John?
To white people who could ice skate. But now with the internet, like everybody can watch it, and you're watching the hits,
but still white people that can skate.
Yeah,
what happens?
I think there's a few black people in hockey. I think
there's more now than there were. One of my favorite players of all time, because I was a goalie, was Grant Fuhr.
Oh, so he was a goalie. I was wrong.
And yeah.
But the thing of it is with hockey, you already have the European involvement, and you also have that you get individuals from some of from up in Canada that are native, like some of the native tribes from Canada.
It's also the one sport though that the one major sport that's weather exclusive. Like football, any weather, you can throw a ball in the middle of the field and say, guys, start a football game. Basketball, same thing in a court. Baseball, to a certain extent, if they have a diamond. Basketball is indoors, so that's a no-brainer. But hockey is the one thing where you have to have frozen ice.
It's expensive.
Everybody has to have sticks. The goalies have to have equipment. But now, and the NHL has really made strides, because when I played, we'd play they'd reach out to the inner city kids. We played hockey in Harlem, and we played, and they really did make an effort to do it. And I think it's one of those things that doesn't pay off right away, but it's going to pay off somewhere around now. Because I'm 38. The last time I picked up a stick, Jesus Christ, I was like 16 years old. Or no, I was 18. So 20 years ago. And that's when hockey in Harlem was in its like fourth year. Now imagine you're running a program like that, and it's still a program, and it's in its 20 some odd year, and they're reaching out, and people are getting interested, and you have and that's what you need to do with a sport like that.
What's that, Dan?
You have a very long arm.
Okay, Dan, we can't hear you.
You're muted.
So sorry. Yeah. So Will, you were just to rewind back to the baseball thing real quick. I think that black guys have absolutely been given the opportunity to play hockey and baseball, but the actual better athletes are in the better raw athletes are in football and basketball. Are they not?
No, I'm just saying from the fact of the fact of us being exposed to it like that as younger, the younger generation, the kids growing up would be more apropos to look at your football because of rec leagues and basketball because of rec leagues and things of that nature. And it would be to watch baseball, particularly inner city kids. Now, maybe maybe people out in the suburbs might be a little bit of a different story, but inner city kids will look more for football, basketball, because they would look at it as more of an immediate benefit. They don't look at it as we do as parents, because me and Seven to tell you, we prefer our kids to play baseball.
Absolutely.
And get that guaranteed money.
But, right. That's what I'm saying though. You don't think it's anything about it being conducive to better athletes. Like I think that a lot of their idols are black guys who play basketball and football, so they want to play basketball and football. Right. Like that's how because it's more raw athleticism to play those two sports.
And here's why I say though that the internet and social media can really truly flip that, because obviously, yes, the demographic of hockey players right now is like 99% white. Like we all get that, but hockey has the unique ability because when you look at it through those 2-minute burst videos, the 1 to 2 minute burst videos that are the most consistently viewed content right now in as far as social media, YouTube, all of that is considered. With the things that grab people's attention on that being funny and action related, if you utilize social media teams for every NHL team and you get mic'd up videos and fight videos out as fast as you can and on a consistent basis, you can change the view of hockey, because when these kids are watching these videos and laughing and enjoying the contact, is it going to get all of those kids that are potential athletes? No. Is it going to take 30 years for there to be a truly noticeable difference? Absolutely. But social media has the ability to have that impact if they utilize it correctly. Baseball has had the opportunity and they're not using it. So if hockey does, they can use that and start to make a difference and surpass in popularity.
And I got to agree with Seven. Of all the 4 sports, as much as I love baseball, baseball is behind the times, and they're not even behind the times by like a pace. It's a generation.
Yeah.
They're just so far behind.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Dan.
It's kind of like Nintendo, where it's like Sony and PlayStation are like, you should do online play. And Nintendo is like, no, people are going to just play next to each other forever.
Right.
It'll be
Watch
fine.
your mouth. Watch your mouth when you're talking about Nintendo.
Watch
your mouth when you're talking about Nintendo.
But come on, Gauntlet.
Will, you said it. Will, you said it. What? Where are these black kids from the inner city going to play ice hockey at again? I'm sorry.
Exactly.
Is there?
Exactly.
What the fuck are you guys talking about? Like, yes, hockey can be absolutely marketed to inner city kids. Where in the fuck are they playing ice hockey at? Seriously, where they?
No, and you're right, but that falls back onto the NHL. You can't just have hockey in Harlem. You have to be purposely investing in more areas in both inner city and suburb. And it's not just about inner city, because I know that this is going to shock a bunch of people, but there are black people in suburbs too.
Are you serious?
I understand. I understand that.
Come on. I gotta look out my window.
I understand that.
Damn, man. Hey, but I will agree with Seven on this. The NHL will have to make a concerted effort to get out to the inner cities to show that you can do this. They will have to make that concerted effort, and that takes money.
Here's the thing, with what because I've been one of the biggest ball busters on the NHL's efforts to try and keep hockey in the desert down here in Phoenix, because the Coyotes are dog shit.
Yep.
But here's the thing.
Should have never left Winnipeg.
They should have never left. No, you're 100% correct. But here's the thing. Right now, down here in Phoenix, there are now indoor ice rinks that are open year-round and have beer leagues and kids leagues and rec leagues going year-round.
Bougie Phoenix.
There are at least a half dozen indoor ice rinks.
It's so disrespectful for you to say something like that.
If I'm winning the lottery, I'm gonna buy the Coyotes and bring back the Hartford Whalers.
But you see what I'm saying though. Like when the NHL moved the Coyotes down here, there was a concerted effort to invest in smaller rinks in the area to generate kid and rec league interest, to try and help drive interest in hockey in the desert, to fuel the interest in hockey in the desert. Now,
and that's a fundamental problem with baseball owners, because of all the sports, for whatever reason, baseball owners, it's like it's passed down, and it's not even like they're related. It's just like it's passed down from generation to generation, and it's like you're the stonemasons. Like you buy a team, and it's like, this is the way baseball runs.
Yep.
And you're like, no, but it shouldn't run like this. The league is failing. And it's like, no, this is the way we do it. Who keeps Steve Guttenberg a star? Like that's, and it's like, what are we doing here?
The game definitely has to evolve. That is so true. It has to evolve to keep up with the times. And again, NHL is a perfect example of something that could take over. Third, right behind the NBA.
Yeah, that's the thing. If Major League Baseball does not start making more purposeful and intelligent moves as far as the marketing and appearance of the sport, then that's exactly what's going to happen. And I'm not saying that it can surpass the NBA or the NFL. I'm not stupid.
You know,
To say that could happen is just absurd. But
the NFL is king.
Yeah,
Nothing's going to
Hell
topple
yeah.
the NFL.
the
Nothing.
NBA can topple the
But I do remember, and William remembers. I don't know how old either the two of you are, but I remember when I was a kid, baseball was king.
Mm-hmm.
And before the,
I'm actually 54, John.
what's up?
No.
I'm actually 54.
You're 54. Damn, those
preserved
Sonic
very well.
burgers keep you young.
It's a farmer's life for me.
It's all the
It's a
preserved
farmer's life for you.
I know he
Yeah,
lives out
it's
in
an
the
all natural food.
You know he lives out in the cornfields, right?
I'm actually a farmer.
You know he lives.
It's actually
you
a
know
Are
he
you
lives-
really
you
a
know he
farmer?
lives- You know,
Yes, absolutely.
you know he lives in Nebraska, right, John?
Yeah,
That's the only
I farm land.
Nebraska.
Like I can't stereotype
Feed cattle.
people. Like people can live
I
in
feed
Nebraska
cattle.
and deal cocaine.
I grow corn. I feed cattle. It's a real thing.
John, there are two things to do in Nebraska: meth and farming.
That about it.
Dan just
Yes,
And I do
yes,
both of them.
and I would not choose
I just set both
farming
of them
for
up.
Dan.
I mean, you ever tried farming not high? It's boring as shit. All right.
I'd be like, I would not be surprised if I worked at a CVS in Nebraska and Dan came in with like 18 boxes of Sudafed.
He would be leaving with 18 boxes of Sudafed and somebody else that was pointing a gun at the staff.
A lot of people out head colds.
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
It's not further incriminate myself.
I forgot what I was even talking about.
okay. Before we get back on track and I say who the MVP nominees are,
Go
I
ahead.
want to close with this. I went to Walgreens to get Allegra D. That's what's Allegra with the decongestant. That's what my son and I have to use for our allergies because they're so bad. I have to go in.
Does he have the same beard?
Both.
No, his
Yeah.
growth dropped a lot quicker than I am, so he'll probably have the same beard by the time he graduates high school. But I went.
Gross.
I have to go in every 2 weeks to Walgreens or CVS or Walmart or whatever and get a box of Allegra D because I can't buy 2 boxes at a time so that my son and I both have a month's worth. Thanks to Dan's family.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Way to go, Dan.
Dan.
Yeah, way to go.
Damn.
Okay,
All the way in
Manager
Arizona, I'm
denying
making an impact,
people-
apparently.
Sonic manager denying people
They're right to
Sudafed.
Sudafed.
all right. So as far as the MVP finalists, let me get to where I can see the. Okay, so I'm sorry. So for the awards, really quick, tonight was Rookie of the Year. Tomorrow is Manager of the Year. Cy Young is Wednesday, and then
Wait a minute. Hold on. I want who your favorites are.
Yes. Okay, so for MVP, first of all, the National League nominees are Ronald Acuna Jr., Mookie Betts, and Freddie.
Easy one.
And
Easy one.
I think this one goes to Ronald Acuna Jr.
Absolutely.
Unanimously.
I love Mookie, obviously. Freddie Freeman is my boy, even though the Dodgers can fuck off. But
Tony, he'll win it unanimously.
yeah, he will. And then
He'll get every vote.
on the American League side, the nominees are Shohei, Corey Seager, and Marcus Semien, and I think it goes to Corey Seager.
I agree with that because
I think it should go to Shohei because if he wasn't in,
It absolutely
the Angels
should
might
go
have made the playoffs.
No,
Shohei didn't do anything toward the end of the year.
but here's the thing: recency bias will play a key in this, just like it always does, because the Baseball Writers Association are fucking horrible.
Yes.
And Shohei was
Oh, they vote on this?
yes.
Yeah.
That was
Oh, okay. Then it's going to be me.
But that's why I said Shohei doesn't, but that's why I said Shohei doesn't win because he didn't really do anything at the end of the season. He sat out.
Dude, Shohei was the best designated hitter in baseball.
Yeah.
And he was like the 15th in the top 15 of pitchers
And he won't
in all
win
of baseball.
because the baseball writers,
That's an MVP.
And-
because the baseball writers of America are petty.
But here's the thing, and to Shohei's credit, because I absolutely agree that Shohei should win.
He should win, but he won't.
Because something else that a lot of people haven't talked about, and this was when all of the issues came out near the end of the season about Shohei's injury came out after the trade deadline. He only pitched a couple of games after the deadline because of this injury and the fact that he needed to go get Tommy John again. Shohei's injury, they actually realized that Shohei needed Tommy John in May. Shohei pitched with his injury at a elite level from May through the All-Star break. Shohei,
so he's like Nolan Ryan. He's just like, F it, I'm gonna whip it.
But not only did he end up injured and spend the last 2 months of the league basically injured, but when he went down for his injury, he cleaned out his locker and left early. Like he was done. Like he walked away from the team. And while all of us that are known fans and situations like in with the Angels, we all understand. Ain't none of us gonna blame him. But we all also know, as people that have been around baseball long enough, that the Baseball Writers Association is, as Will said, fucking petty.
Petty.
And because of the fact that he thumbed his nose at the owner because he's sick of their shit and all of that, I don't think Shohei wins it. I think he gets votes. Shohei will get votes.
To them, he violated. It was a foreigner to them violating unwritten rules of baseball.
But see, that's a problem.
And that's plain and simple what it is.
I don't understand why the press, and this is one of the things that bugs the hell out of me about baseball. Why does the press have authority over so many accolades? Like, why are the writers afforded
let the
so
fans
many
vote?
Opportunities to fuck someone's career over?
Because
If the fans voted, Shohei wins.
I'm not even saying the fans should do it, but like
They shouldn't.
for the Hall of Fame, would it be too much to ask if like the living Hall of Fame members voted on who gets in?
For sure.
John-
I mean, that should be part of it.
The flaw in your plan is that has logic.
Yeah.
Like so let's remember that. But and here's the thing. As much as I'm gonna agree with you guys, Shohei deserves to win MVP, but if it's not gonna be Shohei, Corey Seager absolutely deserves it.
Yeah.
And
Tony, this might go ahead. No, this might be a little situation of like 2010 to 2013 NBA where you can't give it to LeBron James every year. I mean, it literally got to a point where they were like, I mean, we can't give him we're going to give him what he's going to have 10 MVPs when he's done. Like we can't have a guy with 10 MVPs. So we got to give it to somebody else, anybody else who makes an impact at this point.
Well,
and that's my favorite. My favorite player, Dirk Nowitzki, won one of those titles over LeBron James when LeBron James was clearly the best player in the NBA. Right. But Dirk kind of proved that he was the MVP of the league. So like that kind of worked out nicely. But like that is the situation that's going on where you can't just give it to him every year. Like you can't give it to Patrick Mahomes every year.
Right. No, and here's the other reason why I'm okay with Corey Seager getting the MVP. Because when we talk about the MVP, we're looking at a player who has the biggest impact on their team and on their team's success.
Right.
Now, we all know that if Shohei and Mike Trout weren't on that Angels roster, they might win 20 games.
Yep.
Okay.
You're giving them 20?
They're going to play the A's a few times.
18.
Yeah. Well, it used to be 18.
but that's the thing is it's like it's but when you look at Corey Seager had a stellar season, and that I don't think there is a single intelligent baseball fan that can look at the performance of Corey Seager and the Texas Rangers this year and say that the Texas Rangers win the World Series without Corey Seager. It doesn't happen.
For $290 million, he better fucking be doing something.
I agree. But
Agreed.
And also Marcus Semien did have a huge impact on that Rangers season as well. So I don't have an issue with them being nominated. And again, I don't have an issue with Corey Seager getting it because Shohei won't because of the way that the Baseball Writers Association of America is. But again, we're all in agreement. It really should fucking be Shohei. And if by some stretch of luck it is, he fucking deserves it.
Yeah, it won't be, but
it should be.
Yes. Best player in the AL.
As far as the other awards are concerned, Manager of the Year is going to get announced tomorrow.
Aaron Boone.
Aaron Boone.
No,
not even in the top 10.
This is Best Manager of the Year, not Worst Manager of the Year.
Okay, so I got the
Okay,
got
worst
confused.
manager here. What's his name?
Tony La Russa?
Whoever managed the Mets.
So
Don't be talking about my Mets, man. Give me doing that about my Mets. Hold up now. We got issues.
They really met their fate.
Bro. Don't be talking about my Mets, man. Come on, man. We got it bad enough as it is. Come on, man.
Jill, you know what Mets stands for?
Come on, man. Don't do it. Don't
You know
do
what it
it.
stands for?
Don't do it.
Do you?
Don't do
Do
it.
you?
Don't do it.
Do you?
Don't do it. Not on this show. No.
Do you?
No.
What is it?
Not on this show. No.
My
I don't even
entire
get it.
team
Say it.
sucks.
Oh, I get it.
See, the disrespect. The disrespect. We got enough going on without you having to pile on Ambrose.
For all that money too.
You invited
Like,
me
I know,
on.
right?
Dude was just throwing around fucking.
Bro, you might as well just throw that thing in a dumpster fire.
There's so many
and
studs
start
too. Like they got so many fucking studs. Like fucking
might
Francisco
as
Lindor,
Down.
stud. Dog.
You might as well just throw
Not
that thing in
planning
a
on podcasting tonight. Will sends me
You-
the invite.
You might as
Polar
well,
bear.
you might as well just throw that thing in a dumpster fire and just start over. That's what you need to do. Change the whole culture.
Stud.
Change the whole damn culture.
all right, let's get back on topic here. Okay, National League Manager of the Year nominees are Craig Counsell, Skip Shoemaker of the Marlins, and Brian Snitker of the Braves.
Praise.
I think it's going to be Brian Snitker, but I would not be surprised if it's Craig
The
Counsell.
Marlins.
I would love for Craig Counsell
Nice.
to win it and do a James Brown dance over to the fucking Chicago Cubs
He'll get it.
table.
Craig Counsell will win it within the next few years for the Cubs. So, and I like Snitker deserves recognition for what he's done with the Braves. He is definitely one of the best managers in the league currently.
With the
When
Uh,
it comes to situational baseball,
question, with the shortage of quality managers in MLB, why hasn't Ozzie Guillen been given a chance?
Who
Because his name.
who did Brian Snedeker have though? Also, he did the most with the least for sure.
that's true.
He's got Jorge Soler.
But Ozzie
Jorge
Guillen won
Soler.
World Series. Why has no one contacted Ozzie Guillen
I
to
think
pick a team?
I think nobody liked Ozzie Guillen. I think is what was going on there.
up? Yeah, but he won.
Like nobody liked him.
He
On
was like a Spanish Billy Martin.
on the American League side, we got Bruce Bochy of the Rangers, just won a World Series.
He's gonna win because he won with the Rangers.
Exactly.
Kevin Cash of the Rays, which the Rays just consistently fall short. I don't think you're going to give Kevin Cash the award for that. And then the other one, who actually I think actually can keep Bruce from getting it, Brandon Hyde of the Orioles. The Orioles turnaround from last year to this year was fucking amazing. I will respect it, even as a American League East foe.
That's a good point.
Yeah, but as someone from Maryland, I hate Baltimore and I hate the Orioles, so fuck him.
But still,
Let's
though,
not rush to any judgments here, guys.
But
Let's not rush
still,
to any judgments.
but still,
I will gladly let Bruce Bochy get his trophy because I hate Baltimore and I
Bochy
hate the
balls.
Orioles.
still though,
And
that turnaround Baltimore made was amazing.
And that's why
you know what? I'm not gonna not give them credit, but I also don't want to get shot on my way to the ballpark.
Damn,
And
damn.
Baltimore
Ambrose,
sucks.
Ambrose,
It's
you
a
must live
terrible
in the
city.
You must live in the middle of a war zone.
Ambrose is like that guy that's like listening to rap music in his car until like a homeless black guy walks by and he like locks the doors. He's like,
That's exactly
like
how it
volume
is.
down.
That's how it is.
Ugh. It's like a guy selling roses, and Ambrose is like, "Oh, click, click, ooh, turn it down." And the guy like keeps walking, and he just turns the volume back up and just starts rapping again. He's like, "Yeah,
In my, you
Fucking
watched
gangster.
Office Space recently.
yeah." That's basically yes, that guy. I was gonna make the Office Space reference, but I didn't know how many.
That's happened to me once. That's happened.
Damn,
to
it
me
feels
once.
good to be a
That's
gangster.
happened to me once. I was walking by a car, and I was going to get something to eat. I was walking by a car, and right when I got to the middle, right when I got like right past the passenger side, I heard a click.
Yeah. Plus, you're huge too, Will. So like, you just scare people naturally. And then-
You know what? To be completely honest, I don't care. The only time I lock my car,
There's no-
the only time I lock my car in Baltimore is when the squeegees come out.
Ambrose, the fact that you had to defend yourself from that argument is not a good thing in the first place. Just saying.
just saying.
You're like, oh, come on, guys. I have black friends, all right?
I have black friends.
I have black friends,
Come
Will.
on now.
Okay, I'm
Tyrone,
Everyone
sorry.
knows
I don't wanna
this.
get attacked. I don't
Tyrone lives
want to
right
have
up-
to explain to the
Come
police
on.
Just
that I got
everybody
attacked.
knows, Will.
I got
Just so
smacked
everybody
in the face
knows,
with a
I have
spoon.
black friends. Okay.
Come on. Yes, I have.
I totally don't lock my doors, Will. I
I
don't.
keep my doors open because I trust them.
I
Treat
honestly
everybody.
don't.
I trust them. I treat everybody equally.
That's because
mean,
there's
it's-
5 black people in Nebraska, and 4 of them fucking go play football for Nebraska. The 5th one is a black chick that plays
Hey.
football for Nebraska.
Hey, he doesn't know that. He's running the drive
Tony,
Sonic.
Tony, I've been in prison, motherfucker. So I know more black guys than you've ever met in your entire life. All right.
He
So
does.
just saying.
Bills.
Just saying.
man.
Okay,
That's both a good and a terrible joke at the same time. I think.
to wrap up my segment so we can talk to football. National League. Cy Young
Oh, good. We're going to talk about McDouchebag.
Zach Gallen for the D-backs, Blake Snell for the Padres, and Logan Webb for the Giants. I think it's Zach Gallen. Recency bias.
Blake Snell.
Over on that.
Logan
Blake Snell, I think,
Well,
deserves
just
it.
for the name.
But I think it's going to be Zach Gallen. And then on the American League side, got Kevin Gausman for the Jays, Sonny Gray for the Twins, and then a newcomer. I don't really
Yeah.
remember who that guy is.
He's never been there before. He shouldn't have. Definitely shouldn't have won like 2 already.
Garrett Cole.
He's finally going to get his.
the guy that would just have really sticky fingers.
I'll give you this.
Just
Oh my goodness.
for
Tony said at the beginning, before the season started, that you were going to have to, that he was going to have to figure out how to pitch
and he
without
did.
sticky stuff on his fingers,
Yeah,
and he definitely fucking did.
He legitimately did, and that's why I
He got
think
better.
gets it. He did. No, he did, and that's why I think Garrett Cole gets it. I think Garrett Cole
It's a
gets it,
lifetime achievement award.
and he deserves it. He pitched his ass off this year. He carried that fucking Yankees team for most of the season on the pitching.
I will tell you though, Tony. I will tell you, for a Cy Young winner, I was incredibly uncomfortable when he was starting. Sometimes, like I was,
You were a Cy Young winner?
like for a Cy Young winner, that Garrett Cole
Yeah,
will
you-
win the Cy Young. I'm assuming that. In my. Are you
assume that
listening?
you won
John,
a Cy
John, are you
Young.
with us? John, are you with us? You good?
No.
Okay. For a future Cy Young winner, I've never been
You're a
more
future Cy
like
Young winner?
I've never been more nervous of a guy starting. I don't think like it
Why are
wasn't
you
like a
nervous? You're
great.
gonna win the Cy Young.
And that's the hard.
Yeah.
part.
Did you watch the Yankees play this year, John? You would know what I was talking about if you watched them play because it was uncomfortable because he would sometimes give up 4 runs in the first inning.
My memory hold a lot of things about this baseball season, Dan.
You what?
Memory hold. In one ear, out the other. Didn't bother.
Tony, go ahead.
man.
Sorry.
But no, Garrett
Damn.
Cole, despite the fact that there were some issues, like he did not always start the best. The first inning was kind of a very difficult situation for him to get through, like a massage therapist interviewing to work with Deshaun Watson.
Damn.
Once he got through it, everything was consistent.
Everything was
Who
fucking
do you
shut
think
down.
the
He was
Sox
nasty.
Pick first, Deshaun Watson or Robert Kraft?
Probably
Definitely,
Robert Kraft.
definitely.
Robert
His
Kraft
dick
was
will
first.
stop working.
That whole Robert Kraft incident was first.
Yeah, Robert Kraft first, because his dick will stop working 10 minutes in. Deshaun Watson's young enough that thing's good. That thing's going strong. Until
Yeah.
he does something.
Yeah, you got to go where the money is.
Probably looks
Yeah.
like a fucking track baton.
I mean,
Well, Robert Kraft is where the money's at.
it's a baby's
Yeah.
arm for Deshaun Watson.
Hey, well, shout out to Deshaun. He got a win this week. So shout out to
Actually, he's getting checked out. He had to get an MRI. I'm
I
saying,
know. He was hurt.
yeah, he
You
was
can tell
hurt.
it too. You can tell it too.
Probably
But
needs
yeah,
a massage.
no,
it
It was just too. It was yeah.
was his
Aaron
right
Judge
leg.
will be on tomorrow, Cy Young Wednesday, MVP on Thursday. A lot of speculation on Shohei going around too. We'll wrap up this. A lot of speculation on where Shohei's going to go.
He coming to the Mets, cuz.
No, he wants to win a
Why
championship.
would he go to the Mets? He wants a World Series.
But if you want money,
Wants
you
to
can
win.
give money.
Period.
We can give him money.
Is Shohei wants to win, not just during the regular season. Shohei wants to be on a team that's a contender.
Yeah.
That's
If Shohei's going to New York, he's going to Yankees.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's not going to the
agree.
Mets.
But
I
I
agree.
really,
Wishful thinking. Wishful thinking.
much as we would love for it to be us arguing whether it's going to be the Yankees or Boston, I don't
It's
think
not either.
it's not. I don't think it's going to be
No.
either. I think realistically, The Dodgers and the Braves have the best chance. I think he's.
And I heard the Mariners are in it because of.
I've read that
he has some
wants
connection to the
play
owner.
for the Braves.
The Mariners have a chance because of and a lot of the Mariners' chance comes back to thanks to Ichiro. The Mariners actually have the highest Japanese fan base in Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
And that is something that will appeal to him because of culture and heritage. Those are very big things within Japanese culture. And the Mariners are, if he's in Seattle, he's on the West Coast, he's going to be closer to Japan. For when he goes
still kind of far
How
away.
much closer will he be to Japan and Seattle than he will in LA?
Honestly, there's not much of a difference.
Yeah,
It's
But
yeah, and Seattle sucks. It rains all the time. There's no sun.
Do not talk
There's
about
just a lot of coffee.
great
and
music.
people
do
throwing
not talk about
salmon.
my hometown like that. I'm from Seattle, Washington, so
but here's, and that's honestly,
I'm sorry.
the weather is why Seattle is not on the front of the list. And that's
Are you really, Will?
Atlanta and
we're in Washington, the city outside of Seattle.
it's why Atlanta and the Dodgers are the two, in my opinion, the two front runners, because New York and Boston both, as much as we would love for that.
It's too obvious.
Not only is it too obvious, but both of those teams are at least 3 years away from a World Series. Realistically.
Ooh.
But the
Speak for
problem
yourself,
is,
bro.
too, is
Speak
that-
for yourself, bro. Speak
Come
for
on.
yourself, bro.
Ashman
Hey,
is
we signed.
in New
If
York.
we we trade for Juan Soto, we're a championship team tomorrow.
right.
Well, it's
Sure.
also
But,
the money factor, though.
Because
Why would Shohei Ohtani pay to come to New York where he has adverse weather when the tax rates are the same
Mhm.
in LA where he doesn't have adverse weather? He could play 81 games, sunny and clear.
How much adverse weather it really? I mean, it's not. It's the summer, and it's not. There's not that much. October might get a little
It
dicey
doesn't
sometimes,
rain. It doesn't rain in LA.
but I don't think that's like a pivotal decision factor in his
No, but
decision. I think
If you're paying that much in taxes, you want to be comfortable.
That's a
bro,
good
he
point.
doesn't care about that. Those are just going to be fucking zeros on a fucking board to him at some point, dude. He doesn't care. Take taxes out of my paycheck, dude. He's getting. I don't think he's starving. Let's just say that. Nor will
Okay,
generations
so
to
wait.
come of the Ohtani family.
but
Okay, so Dan, you smoke cigarettes. Would you want to smoke your cigarettes out on the porch, shirtless, every year? Every day of every year? Or would you want to only do it 3 months out of the year?
I'd want to be somewhere where I liked my job, and I could smoke cigarettes inside.
There's Sonics in 50 states of the union, Dan. Okay, that's not an excuse.
Actually, there's not in Oklahoma because they have a cheeseburger thing. But yeah, no, I'm kidding. But no, I would want to be where I wanted to do my job. I would want to be on the fucking Yankees Wall of Fame. Honestly, I mean let's be honest.
but Yankees history doesn't mean as much to Japanese culture as it does to American.
It doesn't. Ichiro also played for the Yankees,
He did.
and Masahiro Tanaka played for the Yankees, and fucking Hideki Matsui played for the Yankees. So
And-
culturally,
And the fat toad.
I forgot about
culturally, yeah, dude, Hideki was the fucking man, dude.
But even despite
Culturally.
that, the Mariners still have the largest Japanese fan base.
That's because Nintendo owned them.
So
Yeah, they did.
I know I'm saying so. That doesn't make
What
it.
does that mean?
The fact of the matter is, the Japanese pull, the Japanese cultural pull for the Mariners is bigger than it is for the Yankees. And
I
that,
don't know, man. Just Seattle sucks. I mean, I just would not want to go to Seattle.
but think about
It's just awful.
Will's, I'm laughing at Will's face.
when you look, there is some talent on
This
Seattle.
man's gonna keep doing it.
There
He
is
is.
legitimate talent on Seattle's baseball team.
He's never been there. That's why.
When
He
you
hasn't.
add in
It's England in the U.S.
He's,
It's always
he's
raining.
never been there. He's never been to the Space Needle. He's
when
never.
you add Shohei to that roster, you get an extra roster spot back because
That's
of the
true.
fact that you're getting both out of Shohei. So that gives you the ability to be aggressive this year and get another pitching piece that may or may not be able to be a traded piece once Shohei can go back to pitching, depending on what you get and how they do.
That's true.
Dude, Atlanta's roster will be so nasty if they get him. Oh my
You know, I would laugh so hard if we're all arguing about this and Shohei ends up on like the Royals.
The Angels?
Ain't no way in hell.
Anyway, in the heck,
It's
gonna be
like
with
Kansas
California.
Those
Anaheim,
fountains
okay.
sure are pretty, though.
If
Right,
Shohei
right,
goes
right.
to the Royals, I will get a Royals logo tattooed on my chest.
I've actually made that bet before.
we got that on recording.
That's on recording. If Shohei goes to the Royals, I will get a Royals tattoo
Oh, we got that on recording. Oh, shit.
because
We
can
have that
feel
on
safe, you know.
recording, and we have it on recording that I'm better than LeBron.
At what exactly? Just name me
At what?
one thing that you're better than
life.
LeBron at.
At what?
he's probably better at
Life? I'm sorry. Do you want to sit here and break down how many reasons that's wrong for? Or do you want to
I would have turned down Space Jam 2.
He might be better at drinking beers, though.
have you ever been asked to be in a movie, John?
I could get past the first page of a book.
Oh, damn.
He's probably been asked to be in a lot of gay porn. So yes, he's been asked to be.
Yeah. That's not really TV. That's more, that's like side work.
It's more
But yeah.
Pornhub.
Wet work is what they call it.
Wet work.
Wet work.
Um,
No, I'm still waiting. I want to hear something that Ambrose is better than LeBron at.
Beer drinking.
Like, what do you think? Beer drinking for sure, probably, because he doesn't drink. I mean, wine he can drink you under the table.
Clerks. I bet you he's better at sexually harassing gas station clerks than LeBron.
100%. So, like, if you're going to go that stuff, yes. Like,
But
having a
anything
tennis ball that
legitimate.
hangs from his garage that tells him where to stop at.
But anything legitimate, I think LeBron is better. Anything legitimate.
Yeah. Like,
Ah,
I'm still, I just one thing.
All right.
Like, I'm a better cook than LeBron is. I know that. That's a legitimate thing.
They got people to cook for him.
Well, I don't know. I bet he can. I bet he can throw down some dishes though.
yeah, when he's mad and he breaks them.
Damn. All right, you
Wow.
guys. Anything else you got, Seven?
Wow.
Nope, that's it.
All right, my friend. Thank you for getting us caught up in the world of MLB. We do appreciate it. Let's go ahead and get into a quick edit of the huddle, then we're out of here. Couple of things I did want to talk about real quick about the NFL. Do you guys think the Cowboys are the same, better, or worse than last year?
First.
Well, they just beat the 2-7 Giants. I don't know.
Worse.
You said worse. Why is that, Seven?
Well, because first of all, Mike McCarthy is a horrible play caller.
He is.
And they are at a far more disadvantage. Because here's the thing. That Cowboys defense is actually halfway decent, and with a couple of other pieces, could be one of the best defenses in the league. They're not far off from that, and that objectively.
Right.
But
Already
on
is.
the opposite side of the ball, your quarterback is still Dak Prescott.
Yep.
It's limited.
Which he's very limited. The only quarterback who gives up more turnovers in the NFL than Dak Prescott is Josh Allen.
Oh, here we go.
Um,
Here we fucking go.
It's true, though.
It's true. It's fucking true. All I said was a fact. I haven't even said anything else about Josh Allen.
Oh my
even
God, we
trying
got
to pull
Sandy vaginitis all over the place here.
Go look at.
Here we fucking
Okay,
go.
talk about my Sandy Vag while you look at Josh Allen's stats. Anyway,
He playing now.
yeah, you mean the same Josh Allen tonight that the first two drives against the Denver fucking Broncos, they turned the ball over? Are you serious?
How are you going to turn the
Drop
ball
pass.
over to the Broncos?
Drop pass.
Okay,
One of them was a drop pass pick.
okay.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't.
Didn't
So
Miami
one time,
put up
I
like
guess.
70 points on the
Enough-
Broncos?
Wasn't it a fumble?
What I'm trying to figure out is
Two turnovers already. But Josh Allen is that guy. Anyway, back to the fucking Cowboys, which we were talking
100% is.
Anyway, the other reason is they do not have any consistent offense. They do not have enough consistent offensive production. Last year, Dak Prescott led the league in passing yards 2 weeks after he went down. This year, Dak Prescott leads the league in showing up to work and fucking up the game.
I mean, I'll go even further than that, and I'll say if you're going to celebrate the way they did when you beat arguably the worst team right now in the NFL, you're not special.
The
They
Raiders
were-
and the struggles that
They
had
were
before-
throwing their arms up and celebrating that they put up almost 50 points on a Giants team with their third string quarterback and, no ligaments or anything to keep that team together.
Yep.
And it was a triumph for them. How is that a triumph for you? You beat a team like that, you shake each other's hands, you shake their hands, you go back to the locker room, you thank God you got to win. I don't understand how you're going to celebrate that much when you beat. That's like picking a fight with the smallest, weakest kid on the playground in elementary school that doesn't have arms and just knocking him out and just raising your arms, be like, yeah. No.
That's what I don't understand about the Cowboys. They are not. They are celebrating small wins, but they can't close when it matters. Now, yes, the two wins that the Raiders have since Antonio Pierce took over as head coach are the Giants, the aforementioned Giants, which are, of course,
which even when I came on last week, I said, I'm not going to sing praises. We beat an ailing Giants team.
Yep. But the Jets was far more of a challenge because the Jets actually have a defense. The Jets have a legitimately decent defense.
Yeah.
And nobody can argue that. Every win that the Jets have this year are because of their defense. Does anybody disagree with me there?
Nope.
No.
Okay. All right. Antonio Pierce led the Raiders through that. The second half, all he did was continue to punch the Jets in the mouth with that fucking run game. I watched that game last night because I have said and Will can attest to this, I have said for the last 3 years that the Raiders can be a wild card team if they are coached correctly. Have I or have I not said that, Will?
Yep, you have.
I mean, I don't know you that long, but I take your word for it.
And I've consistently said this because
Wait, where did Dan go? Did LeBron get a cramp?
Dan's probably having internet issues again.
Okay.
Yeah.
But when we look at the Raiders have more of an upside in this season, despite everything that they've gone through, than the Dallas Cowboys have. And that's my point. I cannot take the Dallas Cowboys seriously until Jerry Jones gets out of the fucking way, hires a GM, and gets rid of Mike McCarthy.
That's not going to happen.
And it's not going to happen.
I'm not even saying that just to knock on the Cowboys.
No,
it's not going to happen.
Mm-mm.
He's got two. The problem is Jerry Jones. If Jerry Jones was a baseball owner, he'd have 18 World Series rings. It doesn't work that way in football.
Yeah,
Nope.
I'll give you
He
that.
wants to come in,
Not at all.
throw money at it, get the
Nope.
players, and get them to play. And you can't do that in football.
And what's weird is he does that, but he also relies too much on the players that they've grown in their system that they drafted. Don't get me wrong. When you draft well, you can do that. But the Cowboys have not drafted as well as they need to maintain that level of, or to maintain that focus.
I mean, the problem is Jerry Jones came up somewhat of a protege of Al Davis. So he thinks he has the talent that Al Davis had to eye draft picks when Al Davis was in his prime. And that's something only Al Davis had.
Al Davis had a very unique approach to what he did, and he was very effective at it. Anybody that has tried to replicate what Al Davis has done failed miserably.
Yeah, and that's what Jerry Jones is trying to do now. And he can't.
You're 100% correct.
There's only, and there's only one Al Davis. You can't replicate like you said, you can't replicate that. You can't replicate that mind.
And
Al Davis knew what he was doing, and the thing is, the only person that could make sense of it was Al Davis. So
And-
it's like an Egyptian riddle.
I think that we would get more of what Al Davis did out of Mark Davis if Mark Davis spent more time following Al around instead of just standing in the corner and playing on his handheld game.
Yeah, but you know what? I think Mark is realizing, because he even released this week, and he's realizing he should have given Rich Bisaccia the offer.
Everybody knows that Rich
Oh,
Bisaccia.
everybody knows that.
And
yeah.
and I
Yeah.
think and you know what? As a young owner, and that's a flaw on the father's side. He should have groomed his son better.
Yeah.
He should have said, "You're going to take this over." And I don't fault Mark Davis for that, because people like Al Davis think they're going to live forever.
It's and I think we kind of talked about this last week too. It's why Clark Hunt is a better owner in Kansas City than Mark Davis is, because Clark Hunt followed his dad around, paid attention, and learned everything he could. That is why,
because Lamar grew up on the farm,
Mhm.
and Lamar understood a family-owned business, and
Yep.
Lamar understood what it was like to pass things along. Al was a traveling salesman,
so he didn't.
and Al built things, and Al, I mean, not even as a Raiders fan, but as someone who revolutionized the game, I put Al on the Mount Rushmore of football. But
Respectfully, yeah, I can see that.
I would,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
he pushed the passing game along.
Mhm.
As far as owners go, he revolutionized the way owners go. He brokered the deal between the NFL and the AFL. But people like that, and I'm not going to say he's a bad person, but you have an ego that tells you you're going to live forever. So if you have a son, it's like, okay, I have a son, that's great, but I'm not retiring until the Raiders win 5. What did he say? 5 Super Bowls? And
Under that effect.
I think he said he wasn't going to retire. Al said he wasn't going to retire until he got his 5th Super Bowl.
And he got what, 3, 4?
He got 3.
It was okay.
And obviously he died.
Yeah.
But someone like that, and it's the same thing with like George Steinbrenner. You think you're going to live forever. You don't take things into account. You don't take things like normal people do into account.
Right.
You don't say, I might die one day. Who do I leave the team to? Who do I have a notebook? Do I pass things along? Al Davis wasn't that guy. He just had it all in his head. And you have someone like Mark, where, like you said, with Lamar Hunt, he passed it on to Clark Hunt. It went on like a singing song.
Yep.
And Kansas City's got 2 Super Bowl appearances.
3
The Raiders are in disarray.
3 Super Bowl appearances, 2 wins.
Yeah, and the Raiders are in disarray.
It's because if Rich Bisaccia was given that head coaching job, which he should have been, obviously,
I 100% agree. I was stunned. I was stunned when he didn't get that offer.
same. I because we had already seen that Josh McDaniels was incapable of running a fucking football team. Because in truth, Josh McDaniels was set up for success in Denver. And he fucked it up.
But I think what Mark learned from his dad was that the Broncos suck. And I think he was like, oh, this guy used to coach for the Broncos, but he'll win with us. We could stick it to Denver.
And speaking of that, that's a beautiful segue. We got sort of kind of a messed up. Now I'm not gonna say messed up. Buffalo could win this thing. And it's tied at 21.
I don't have my TV on. What's going on?
It's tied at 21 with a minute 55 seconds left to go in the game.
But here's the thing. And this is my criticism of Buffalo. And I don't know, and I will say in truth, I don't know if the true criticism of Buffalo falls under the head coach, Sean McDermott, or how much of this actually ends up falling back into Josh Allen's hands. Because Josh Allen looked like a legitimately decent quarterback despite the turnover issues when Brian Daboll was there.
Yes.
And I will acknowledge that. But now you have a Bills team that on paper should be beating the absolute piss out of the Broncos right now.
They should be running away with the AFC East. It should not be a contest.
It shouldn't. It should not be a contest.
They should have clinched it by now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I agree. I agree.
And that's why I can't buy in on Josh Allen. I can't buy in on the Bills. I can't buy in on Sean McDermott because it seems like that team has not performed since Brian Daboll was there.
I mean, you watch what the Bills have done for the past 2 or 3 years. You look at this season. You look at New England. Obviously, that team's in disarray. The Jets are a joke. The Dolphins are up and coming. And
I do want to
there's only 4 teams per division, right?
I do want to say one thing in fairness to the Bills. They are suffering through a lot of injuries. They don't have their best 2 defenders. They're out for the year.
Yep.
Von Miller's been in and out of the lineup. So they do have some injury issues as far as that defense goes. It's not the same stellar unit what we're used to or being accustomed to. So let's keep that in mind about the Bills.
It's that being said, and I respect that, but when your next best team is the Dolphins, you should be running away with the division.
Oh, I agree.
I agree. Yes and no. And here's the thing: is the Dolphins still have some work to do, and I think a lot of the Dolphins' issues comes down to the inexperience of Mike McDaniels. Mike McDaniels is a visionary, and I think that in 10 years, Mike McDaniels will be one of the best coaches in.
But it's not now, and the Jets are a joke. And the Patriots are rebuilding. Yep. This is the Bills. This should have been the Bills' year. This should have been.
Can be, and it still can be. If they win this game, they're 6-4. So they're sitting sort of kind of pretty. Heading, more than likely to get into at least get into the playoffs. Now that's going to be the challenge to see if they can get through the playoffs and make a good run. That's going to be the issue. But there's a minute 55 left, so let's see what Denver can do. Maybe they can throw a Hail Mary or something and pull this thing out. All right, so let's go around the room real quick before we close this thing out. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. Before we do that,
thank you for the last minute invite. I always enjoy being on here.
You're welcome, man. Anytime, man. Anytime. Seven, what you got going on this week, my friend?
Not really that much. Might be getting a tattoo this weekend.
There you go.
Oh, not this. No, tattoo will be next weekend. I'm doing console this weekend.
Okay, cool.
Kansas City plays Monday Night Football, so I will not be paying attention when we're on next week because I will be watching that. But I'll be there.
67 now. This in baseball. Oh wait, Patrick Mahomes. This in baseball. Patrick Mahomes.
Luckily, we're just in the free agency part of baseball, so unless anything major happens, probably going to be pretty quiet for the next until after the first of the year when it comes to baseball. I am working on scheduling an interview with Christopher Troy. He is one of the pitchers in the AA level of the farm system of the Red Sox. Based on his performance, he is probably going to be a prime candidate for a September call-up next year. If you check him out on social media, he talks a lot about the experience of being a minor league baseball player and also mental health of a professional athlete.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's
great,
awesome, man.
Great dude. I'm going to be getting with him hopefully this week to schedule that. So we'll probably have that at some point this winter.
Are you going to be writing that, or is that on your podcast?
It'll be a video. I'll record it because it's probably primarily going to be for my mental health podcast, but I'm going to do a video of it and we'll probably run it here as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, other than that, I ain't got much going on.
All right. Ambrose, what you got going on this week with Gene?
Just published an article for Geek News Now. It was on the Ghostbusters trailer. Other than that, sports-wise, not doing much. I'm going to do another article on geeknewsnow.net about the Doom Patrol series finale. Other than that, I got my 3-year-old. She keeps me very active, and I will let you know how the next round of Paw Patrol goes.
There you go.
If it goes in my favor.
I'm so glad that kids' TV has gotten so much better. Paw Patrol is legitimately a much better show than some of the crap that we got when we were kids.
You know, even more than Paw Patrol, like she likes Blaze.
Blaze.
And it's like Blaze, it's the monster machines.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is a goofy ass show. And then I'm watching it, and it's like they're teaching her angles and they're teaching her about like physics. And I'm like, all right, I can get down with this. I can go cook you some lunch and yeah, watch this shit.
Yeah,
There you
it's a
go.
really great show.
There you go.
Team Umizoomi is like, there are a lot of good things because it's Team Umizoomi is math based, but that show is so fucking annoying. All of the high pitched voices, it drove me nuts, but my son loved it, and now he hates math. So I don't know. But yeah, no, some good, legitimately good toddler and young kid programming that's actually
some things sneak by me as all parents, but I try to pay attention. I catch the good shows when I can. But Nickelodeon's been doing a good job with the shows so far.
With what we had when we were younger, starting to move back in that direction.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. I want to say thank you for everybody coming through. We do appreciate it for being here at this episode of Sports Report. Shout out to Restream.io for having us here. And we'll see you again next week right here on the Sports Report podcast. Everyone have a great week. Have a safe week. Take care.
Thank you.